Alright everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Quest. I'm Disturbing Puppets. We're continuing the campaign here. So we have an interesting side quest that popped up here. I was going to do the main story, but this is a really good item for my ogre. So we're going to do this today. We're going to go get the Thundermace. So 13 to 15 damage, critical chance, plus 2 strength, compared to what I currently have with my ogre, which I actually haven't compared. It is blue. 13 to 15, critical chance. So it's basically the same, just plus 2 strength. So actually I thought it was a bit more damage as well. We'll still go ahead and run it. So this area does have Skaven in it. I did a Skaven mission, a little side quest last time, and ran into Skaven only in the very last room. Interesting, couple rat ogres, Skaven leader, clan rats, all that kind of stuff. This one just says critters, but does have like a Skaven image on it, so maybe we'll have some Skaven pop up. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one. The quest is only like a level 3, so it's probably not very difficult. But the side missions do kind of match the level of our characters. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. We should have a decent challenge here. I'm stockpiling cash, because at this point it's probably going to be 3 grand to level people up. So I think we'll just take, I mean, we do want some healing, but I'll take kind of whoever's the lowest, other than my witch hunter. Was saving him for undead missions. So who's got the lowest? I mean, it looks like you still. Bright Wizard is slightly less than our Grey Wizard, so we'll take you out for some healing and damage. Then we could take her. We do need a frontliner. Of my frontliners, it looks like my Troll Slayer is probably the lowest. And then between these two, she's got less. Doesn't give me a good double front, though. So we don't have 2 tanks up front if we do this. It does give me a lot of ranged attacks. It's a little iffy, but let's give it a shot. We'll take a look at our gear and stuff once we get it. It hasn't been too much time since I did the last video. The warriors are combing a vast area of baleful moorland, looking for a hidden entrance to a lost dungeon, which according to the scroll discovered by one of your number hides a powerful weapon. Just when they're verging giving up, a big owl of golden feather lands upon a large fallen stone pillar that must have been lying there for centuries. The owl looks at the group with saucer eyes and then hoots 13 times. The stone sinks into the ground, and a mossy stair is revealed. The warriors descend into the darkness. Very convenient. Thundermace. Alright. So, on him, we've got some basic provisions. We've got a healing scroll, extra attacks, some movement if I need it. We do regenerate 2 health every turn. I'd like to get a ring for him to give him some extra health, so that is an option. We do have a way to give him some bonus attacks as well. We could go ahead and throw this on him. Picked this up last time. I might do that. We could get like a ton of attacks if I used both ahead of time. So maybe in a really bad situation, we'll pop both of those. That's a possibility. On our Way Watcher, still basic sword. She just doesn't. Only 1 attack doesn't do much, so there's not much point. Spell for toughness in case we need it. A couple healing scrolls. Extra health. Increased toughness, decreased chance to be hit by melee weapons. Increased ranged attacks, decreased chance to be hit by melee weapons, and a good bow. With our Archmage, I do have some new gear. So this heals me every turn for 4. We've got extra attacks, so the Blade of Leaping Gold we did last time, so we've got on him. Some healing, extra movement, in case we need it. Extra power, decreased chance to be hit by a melee weapon, always very nice. And a greater Finger of Death scroll, which I found just in a dungeon and figured why not? Because sometimes it's very inconsistent whether he can attack or defend. So this gives an attack option even when we wouldn't otherwise. But we do have our Bright Wizard who can do a lot of damage as well. We've got extra toughness, a bit of healing, a bit more healing. Increased attacks, power, health, burn damage, so damage over time. Large provisions we've kind of been holding on to unless it's a really bad situation. Decreased spell cost, masterwork longsword, and significantly decreased chance to be hit by a melee weapon. So anything we can to avoid getting hit is generally pretty good. Alright, let's go ahead and make our move out and see what we've got. Usually the first room has something. Spiders, snotlings, and more spiders. It's a lot of giant spiders. I really am going to miss having a double front here, but we have magic on our side. So, just to start off with, Let's just zap a bunch of stuff right here. Clearing the path a little bit. I can reduce toughness with him as well. We could also go for single target damage. I would like to kill the spiders off, because the spiders can web us up, the little spiders. So that's a consideration. So we could Fireball take you out. We could Cinder, do a little bit of damage to them as well. Yeah, let's soften them up. Hopefully kill the little spider. Missed the other one. And we could still dip into my reserve a little bit and do a Fireball and something else, but let's hold off on that. Lots of ranged attacks as options. Let's stay short. I could try to go Berserk. There's a chance he just doesn't do anything, though, if I do that, which is why I'm kind of reluctant. I don't think this is a good time to use just a ton of attacks. Let's just focus on chopping you up. If we can actually hit. I swear he misses way more than any of my other characters. What are we on here? We're on offensive magic as well. Nice. Gives me a lot of options. Let's come on in. I do have 3 close combat attacks with him because of the blade. We can chop down some Snotlings, because why not? Then I think we just Star Lance a couple times. And then we still have the Fireball. Yeah, let's just hammer the front spider a bit. They're all about the same, toughness-wise. I mean, we can do close combat attacks if they do come in on me. We do have decreased chance to get hit with these guys, so it's not too crazy to be near the front. We don't want to be frontliners, but in the general vicinity is not too much of a problem, hopefully. And then I think we just focus on hitting targets further in. Just focus on the spiders. Yeah, just shift position. I could take them out, but they're not going to do much damage. Just focus on the front spider if we can. Nice. Do some damage. Alright, that's about it. Going right for the mages, of course. Did land the attack, even though with the decreased chance to hit. Get 4 health back a turn, though, which is crazy. Alright, we are on defensive, but we do have magic there. We've got our archers. With the defensive, just because I don't think we need it, but we'll do the ward. Ton of extra toughness. I kind of like, let's soften up the spider. I'd like to get the XP with you, if you can actually hit. Hey! Alright, another potion of healing. Very nice. It's also a green item, which is good. I think we've got some space. Somebody can carry that, probably. We've got a couple healing items. Just one. So, yeah, just take that, I think. That's fine. Alright, so for our turn, we have a couple people who can't move. Or is it just one? 2. We'll move in and set up. We might have reinforcements appear. We'll just be prepped for it. Okay. Do we want to reveal the next room? It's probably just a hallway. Let's go for it. And I've got a way I can add movement and stuff if we need to. Still just one path. With the reduced chance of getting hit, I feel like the mage's front kind of makes a bit more sense than her front, although she is a bit healthier. I could use a potion and move further up, but it really doesn't matter that much. Let's just move in here. I've got the chalice if we need to. We can use that and do a bunch of attacks. You're just going to heal, so we don't need to worry about the damage you've taken. I mean, I could use the herb lore, but it's got a chance of hurting. Although maybe that's been canceled out with the increase in level we've had. It's a side effect of the herb lore, but as we've leveled, maybe that side effect has gone away. So I shouldn't be afraid to use it, but we didn't need to, so not much point. Lots of defensive magic. I do have that movement bonus, so let's go ahead and go. 4 vicious giant bats, 4 vicious giant rats. Got a really awful Dr. Seuss rhyme. They are spread out in a pretty big room, so it's not a huge deal. It does make it hard to hit them around corners, though. We're on defensive. Let's go ward, just because. Ah, it failed this time. That's too bad. We can do some close combat attacks with either one of these two now. And then we could push in, possibly. I wonder if I can see down here to get a cinder. No. I was hoping I could see the middle one, then I could get all 3 with the damage. That's too bad. Alright, fine. Well, that's one taken care of. I could use my movement potion, which I've just been holding on to. I just almost never use it. I might as well at this point. So I can get you into some combat. Let's go down here on the bats. Death Blow gets me 2 kills for 1. Excellent. Not that these guys are really worth a whole lot. I can't see much, though. Yeah, I don't even have a target for the fireball, so nothing we can hit. Let's move you up. I don't know if we can actually see anything, though. Maybe that rat on the corner? That's probably about it. Yep. We've got a ton of toughness right now. Oh no, we don't, because it failed. Never mind. He's got the regeneration. So we got regeneration already, and we've got healing options. So we can tank quite a bit here as long as we can survive the initial hits. Yeah, let's just chop away here. I don't even think we need to use the defensive magic at all. It's kind of pointless if this is it. Which way do we want to go? Up or down? It's a dungeon, we should go down. We'll try that first. Alright, good job missing all of that. Super helpful. Fine. Let's actually have you move up first. Make a couple swings. So he hits when it doesn't matter. When it matters, he always misses. Interesting to get a rare dagger. 7 to 9, increased strength, +1 attack. So it's not awful. Is that better than our sword? It's probably about the same. Six to 8, +1 attack. Oh, you don't count as a mage, you count as an elf. So you're not a wizard, you're an elf. That takes precedence, apparently. All right. Your weapon, though, is better. Nothing else we can do. So probably... I don't remember what kind of weapon I have on my Grey Wizard. This might be better than the sword I have on my Grey Wizard. Maybe. Anyway, we're headed down. We are a bit spread out. I don't think... So if I do the ward and we do get ambushed, I don't think we actually still have the ward. I think it counts as another turn where we don't have magic. But we'll try it anyway. Pretty sure from my experiments, when you do that, you just lose it. Alright, let's go ahead and go. See what we've got. It's not a dead end. We are getting a bit spread out, though. These guys are pretty quick, though. Again, we're on defensive. Do the cheaper option. Alright, extreme. 3 giant bats, or vicious giant bats, 4 vicious giant rats. Again, they're really spread out. Do have some magic options. There is a good bunch back there, so let's go Cinder Blast on them. Not a kill, though, because they are tougher versions of the basics, but we can do it again. Still not dead. Wow, okay. Do I want to burn a couple of my reserve? Sure, I guess. Could move in. We take position where I can get a couple kills, potentially. Of course we miss. No more targets. We can get you far enough up, I think I can see everybody inside the room. And then, are you on offensive or defensive? Defensive. Let's just go for the cheap option here. Keep my reserve magic. Can't do anything here without dipping in a reserve. That's fine. Used our actions. So we have our archer. I think we'll just focus the bat. The rats will sometimes do that death leap attack, where you get a counterattack option on them. So maybe I'll just try to soften them up. So we definitely get a kill. Or, you know, just try to hit them at all would be nice. Or not, you know, whatever. Whatever you want to do. It's fine. Just miss all your shots. So here we just blast them with magic and keep going. It does continue, so this might be the correct path. Fireball to the face. Lets us move on. No reward, though. The creepiest banquet table of all time. Still don't need to heal. Like, I could open the door. But I think let's wait. I want to have movement to be able to get into the room. Instead of just taking, like, one step in. We get ambushed. Of course. Lots of stuff, though. Snotlings, though, are pretty expendable. That is a lot of stuff surrounding us. Okay, we don't have any magic because we did get ambushed, so that's a bit of a problem. I could do my reserve, That's an option. Spiders, the basic spiders can web us up, so I feel like that's a priority. I could use the Chalice of Battle. I don't think it's really that necessary. Free attack missed. Let's take out some Snotlings, because why not? I kind of feel like we actually stabbed one and they just run away. We didn't actually kill all of them. They just, like, immediately bailed. Alright. I don't like this spider here much. I don't like a lot about this entire situation. 2 big spiders on him is potentially a big problem. We could use a bunch of attacks. I don't know that it's necessary. Well, they are pretty tough. They're not crazy tough, but they are pretty tough. I kind of want to use both at the same time, which just is a ton of... It's like plus 3 attacks, increased damage, chance to hit, all that kind of stuff. I do miss a lot of attacks. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and do it, because we got ambushed. 5 attacks. Watch me one-shot him now. Yeah, I figured it would take 2 if we can land him. So if we can hit, 2 to chop him down. Okay, unfortunately we can't move, but not bad. We are in defensive though, so that's too bad. We've got that. We're not going to use that on anything. I could use a ton of reserve, but I don't really want to. So we'll just sit tight. Tempting to use some reserve here to burn down the spiders, though. But we still have archer shots, so we'll just do that instead, I think. Prioritize the spiders. Snotlings, again, really not that much of an issue, so let's just throw some rounds or arrows into the big spider. Even if we landed both, wouldn't have been a kill. Everybody's fine. I did use a couple things for attacks on our Slayer, but getting ambushed by this much stuff kind of makes sense. Alright, let's soften you up. I do have offensive magic too. Or, you know, just miss all your swings. Alright, you got a leg there, sure. Come on, dude. Alright, fine, we'll fireball him in the face or star lance him. Just leaves some basic little snotlings. Just shoot him up. Some extra power. Do I have room to give that to you? It is a blue item. If I get rid of my healing potion, I could. Same thing here. I still have a healing item on you. Actually, I've got a couple, so let's pull that out. I'll just give you some potentially extra magic if we need it. If things go horribly, horribly wrong. We can't move because we attacked. Nobody got hurt. We get ambushed again. Awesome. Zombies, vampires. Alright, this is potentially worse than what we just fought. The vampires are both back there, so maybe we can kill everything else first. Again, we got ambushed, so we have no magic, which is really frustrating. Alright. You are slightly hurt. I don't know how that happened. Don't think I can do enough damage. Yeah, it's not enough with the stab. I might use a fireball. Yeah, let's just do that to finish you off. Can do a decent number of attacks. Doesn't help when you miss all of them, but, you know, sure. Yep, we're doing pretty bad on our attack rolls here. Tempted to dip into reserves for some more magic, but let's see what we can do. A lot of attacks, we're just missing massive amounts of them. Fine. Take him out. I think we're gonna have to just live with that. The vampires are at least far enough away. They didn't get any magic to do anything. I'm assuming you're the vampire? Yeah, and then the Thrall's back there. Thrall's just a weaker version. We still have some problems up front here, but we do have magic. We're on offensive. Try to use our close combat attacks to deal with the close-up enemies and then burn down the vampires, hopefully. Let's start here. Good. Alright, it's way better than I expected, actually. Nice. Okay. I think we do a burn, so some damage over time on you. And then I'm also going to fireball you. Star Lance you a couple times. Can move in and swing. Let's take some bow shots here first. Okay. So just the Thrall. I don't think you're close enough to get to me and attack. Just sit tight. Malediction, I don't remember if that decreases strength or toughness or something. -2 strength. Well, we're on defensive magic. I don't think we'll need it, but we'll go Ward. Would like to heal myself. You can go say hello personally. Let me heal. And then I can throw a couple fireballs your way. Finish you off with your Slayer. Alright. An Orc Tooth. Say anything? Yeah. Nothing of interest. Alright. So hopefully the malediction will wear off here in a moment. We're all fine. No ambush. Thank you. Alright. Finally, we get to check the next room. I've had some of these where just like I get ambushed over and over and over again. Oh, it's a dead end. So we got led to a dead end and then got ambushed repeatedly. Super helpful. But I've had some where I swear I just get ambushed so many times it's really hard to make any progress or move around in the dungeon at all. I don't like you falling super behind. So you go that way, you go this way. So we'll just sort of slow our progression a little bit. Ambushed again, but only bats and rats this time. Again, no magic when we're ambushed, which does suck. This stupid table taking up so much room, it's kind of hard to do much, but we do have our archer. If I can take out the close ones and then shoot the rest. The rats might suicide into us. Their little death leap attack. So focus the bat, rats are still left. Didn't do the death leap. Alright, we've got magic. If we can use magic, we can still move. So let's plan to magic and kill them off. If I shoot the bow, I can't move with this character. But we can throw spells and then keep going. Draft of Weapon Mastery, plus 10 strength, significantly increased chance to hit with a melee weapon. That's pretty cool. I might just give that to you. That seems quite decent. He already is quite strong. And then we've got double damage on high toughness enemies anyway. I mean, I could give you the healing draft, but you've got some healing items already. Dwarf, run as fast as you can, which isn't very fast. So we've got to backtrack through and take the upper track. Not a huge issue. But we might want to hold up at some point. Otherwise we're going to leave our Slayer behind. So we'll slow up to get everybody almost together. Yeah, I feel like for as high a level we are, him only having 27 health is pretty bad. I would, like I said, I got a ring. We could maybe get him 8 extra health, which would make a huge difference. I did get the regenerating ring on him, though, to help out a bit with that. Which has definitely helped. A bit more survivability. If we can avoid taking some hits. He's got a chance to just ignore hits that hit him. Although I would assume it's like a 1 in 6 at the most. But it's still something. Yeah, let's go ahead and go. Bats and rats. It's another goofy one with something in the way on the ground. Well, just swing. Alright, the way's clear. We've got magic. We've got bows. We'll come hang out on the end of the coffin, throw a couple fireballs. So we can do 3 fireballs. You're on defensive. Let's just go ahead and do the Phoenix King's protection. So 3 fireballs, 4 archery shots. Continue softening them up and then hope the archer can mop up. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's actually working for once. Missed the last shot, but that's alright. Don't want to use any reserve magic, try to hold on to it as much as I can. Let's try to get you... Well, I don't know who's got more XP. I think, actually, the Archmage does at this point. Just because I haven't been using our Bright Wizard much. Rats aren't worth that much. I'm just kind of trying to think about who I want to use XP with. Firebomb, I mean, it's not terrible. I've got space for it, so sure. We'll just toss it out at the first opportunity, because it's just not much damage at this point. Can't make it with the dwarf, so we're going to hold off, get into the next room. Okay, no ambush. We're on offensive magic, so probably nothing in this room. Yep, just a hallway. Continuing on. Probably the end of the hallway. It's been a decent-sized little dungeon. I would assume the end of the hallway is it. Everybody's healed up, right? Yeah, we're all good. It's a bit too far. Yeah, I want to save some movement, so we'll hang out here for the moment. Even though I am on offensive magic, I hate having to do that. I just don't have any movement to get in the room. We've got the defensive, so if things are bad, we can do something, so it's still okay. Well, this isn't the end. 3 gigantic spiders, 4 snotlings, 2 giant spiders. It's another one of these stupid banquet hall rooms, which makes it difficult to advance. And we can make choke points, though, with it, so that's the only advantage. Let's come over here. Do we try to go berserk? Let's give it a shot. Nice. Gonna miss all of them, aren't we? He's gonna miss them all! I feel like he does that a lot. Okay. Let's try the ward. So we're now super tough. Swing. And just take out the spider. I guess I could do a Cinder Blast like this, soften up, and then swing away. We take out the spider that way as well, the little one. If I do manage to kill it with close combat attacks, we can focus on something else. Go there. You go there. Alright, let's try our close combat attacks here. Alright, so maybe we go for you with a bow. Actually landed our close combat attack, surprisingly. Make a try at the spider, because of the way that they web, and then you can't do anything, is really frustrating. Let's throw the other shots into you. Your general vicinity, anyway. quite enough. We could dip in a little bit, lose a couple points of our reserve. Nice. Just leaves. Snotlings. Nothing we need to worry about. They came in riding on the spiders, all super happy and excited, like, we're gonna kill them, and then, crap. Now that you're all that's left. I was hoping we'd clear with one character. That would have been cool. Oh no, we do have another range attack. Oh, you missed anyway. Fine. Alright. Defensive magic. We'll do the Phoenix King's Protection, just because. You can throw a fireball at them. Let us move through. +6 toughness scroll. Decent. Definitely decent. Yeah, I think I might give it to you. At least for the time being. His toughness isn't bad at 6, but we're putting him in bad situations with that much armor. Okay, let's not get in the next room. Which means I'm going to get ambushed again. Just because we're really spread out. You are quick, but not fast enough. And sure, let's do this. Not that it matters, I don't think. Okay, we're on offensive. Good amount of magic. Last room, nice. Thundermace. At the center of the room, the Thundermace can be seen dangling from the rafters via a silvered cord. The warriors are naturally cautious, as, although the chamber seems empty now, they are experienced enough to know that an artifact this valuable will not be left unguarded. 1 vicious gigantic spider, 3 vicious giant spiders, 3 vicious giant rats, 4 vicious giant bats. It's a weird crypt room as well. The big guy is up front. Grugnok. Let's just move in on Grugnok. Let's try to deal with you. Okay, so I do have an ability that'll hit everybody I can see. Well, it'll try to hit everyone that I can see. There's no guarantees it hits everybody, but let's give that a shot. Don't think I killed a single thing. These are kind of the tougher versions, so we softened them up for a lot of magic. Can I get a good Cinder Blast off? Just 3s, it kind of looks like. Go for that group first. I'm gonna save the rest of my magic, see if we want to go for something closer. Try to go Berserk. Alright, actually worked. Two hits, not a kill though. Do have a fireball, and we've got ranged options. Let's pepper him with arrows, see what we can do. Well, we hit once. 26. I mean, I can use my reserve to fireball you twice. That might do it, but I think it'll be short on damage. So let's Soul Lance you. Then bring out the fireballs. 2 points of health. Yeah, I think it's worth not being attacked by you to just burn out my reserve. And I can get it back since we got that item, the Orb of Might. Haven't even used my chalice. Just smaller stuff left. Relatively small, comparatively. Somebody might level up from this, although a lot of these smaller guys aren't really worth a whole lot of XP. Hey, hit me. Alright, we're on offensive, we've got good magic. Let's just swing. Could do a couple Star Lances. Let's see if we can just take out the spiders. Always kill the spiders first. That's it. The relic's current owner is slain. With all the monsters dead, the warriors sheath their weapons, tired but victorious. They quickly locate the Thundermace. It is part of a large hoard which the adventurers, as professional treasure hunters, are happy to take as well. After all, if they don't claim it, somebody or something else will. Bit of extra cash and the Thundermace. Victory! Alright, somebody's gonna level up, I think. Maybe, yeah, okay. Surprised he did. We got 2 to level. That's gonna be a bit pricey. That's probably like 6 grand right there. I haven't leveled anybody to level 6 yet, so I don't know how that's going to affect enemies we fight and stuff, but we'll see. I haven't checked out Grunberg, but the idea is we come back to Grissenwald and then do the quest there. So we'll do that in the next one, I think. Ogre. While we're here, check our gear and stuff. So yeah, this is 13 to 15 critical chance, 13 to 15 critical chance, and +2 strength. So it is a little better. Why is that 2,000? And this is 1,700. I don't understand that, because this should be better. Unless the critical chance is higher on this one, but it doesn't actually tell me what the crit chance. So why is that worth more? It's a fine Ogre Club, 13 to 15 crit chance. 13 to 15 crit chance, and +2 strength. Worth less money. Weird. I don't know why. Made by illustrious Noblars who somehow got hold of a pile of star iron, this mighty weapon, a large and evil-looking mace, causes the ground to shake and the sky to crack when brought down upon an enemy's head. Yeah, I wish it would give me more of the stats for the dice rolls, because I do feel like something is missing here. Like, this makes me wonder, like, wait a minute. Does this crit on like a 5 or 6 and this only crits on a 6? Like, is that what's going on? I wonder. But based on the stats that I can see, it is better. So I am going to equip it. I don't know if I'm going to regret that, but anyway. We'll have to live with it. Alright, we got that dagger too. Marauders and Wizards. So, you have a better sword. It's my gray wizard we have to look at. You've got, it's a 7 to 9 long sword. This is 7 to 9, ignores wielder's strength, +1 attack. So that is better for you. 7 to 9, my Marauder's got an equal sword, but The text on this has disappeared, which makes me wonder about the other thing that I had. So there's text here that is gone, but it still has an effect. So when I go Berserk, he gets +2 attacks rather than +1. So the only wizards are the Bright Wizard and the Grey Wizard. The Elf Archmage counts as an elf, so it doesn't actually matter for that. So we could go ahead and sell that sword. Been carrying around this. I have a really good weapon for my Ironbreaker, so I don't know that I'm even going to ever use these. I've done a few missions with him with the two-handed weapon he's got, which is a legendary. It's literally the Hammer of Sigmar. I don't know that I would ever swap it out for these, so maybe I'll just sell those off too. But maybe I'll find a legendary one-handed weapon and really want. I don't know. Yeah, let's just go back to Grisenwald. We'll sell our stuff and we'll call it good. I don't know if there's a really good quest. I might delay doing the story, but we'll do that in another video anyway. Let's sell our stuff. We'll level our guys as well. So the fine longsword, I'm tempted to hold on to this just in case, but we'll get rid of the fine ogre club. These we could sell off. Anything really good we could buy. Masterwork shortbow, don't really need it. That's basically the same thing I've got on my Marauder, I think. Actually, it might be better. Potions. Nothing that awesome. Potion of Battle's decent. Draft of Lightning Blades is decent. But I'm going to have to spend a bunch of cash on leveling, so let's do that. Training grounds. Oh, it's 5 grand at this point. It went from, I think it was 2,000 the last time. 5,000 is bonkers. Alright, level you up. Extra health, another melee attack, more pinning, and Whirlwind. The Troll Slayer swings his weapon in a frenzied whirlwind of destruction, striking everyone adjacent to him as though it were a regular attack. So a bit dangerous having him adjacent to our own guys then. Accidents. As your warrior helps an old crone cross the busy main street, a beer wagon unexpectedly crashes into them. She carefully peels him off the heavy iron-shod wheel and takes the warrior to the infirmary to be patched up. Examining injuries. Fractured toe, -2 movement for 1 dungeon. So we don't want to use you, although if I look at the character, I don't think there's anything on the character that says that. There's nothing here to indicate the movement loss. So when I want to make a decision about who to take on a mission, I have to just kind of remember... Oh, actually, that's the wrong guy. Wrong dwarf. Okay, so it is shown here, but it isn't in red. At least that doesn't look red. It is very slightly red. So it's kind of a dark red that looks almost black at a distance when I'm looking at it on the screen. I wish that was a bit more clear that there was a negative thing there, so we can see it. But there's nothing like saying, hey, broken toe, or something like that, or weird effect. Anyway. Do we want to level you as well for 5 grand? I mean, I guess we should. Let's do it. Weapon skill health, more power. Inferno. The wizard emits an explosion of heat, damaging anyone in an adjacent tile, including friendly warriors. There is also a chance this attack will burn the targets. So again, something we want to use away from everybody else. So a bit iffy. And a bit scary. Let's take a look at what's around. But I think we'll just come back next time and do the story. What do we got? Rescue the Fletcher. That's a Grey Wizard item, +1 power. I've got a pretty good robe. It's not as good as what I've got. Axe of Slicing, I've already had that and sold it off, replaced it with what I've got. So yeah, we'll come back next time and we'll do the Mad Guide, which does say Orcs and Goblins, but it kind of was tied to Skaven when we first came to this town. Anyway, this has been more Warhammer Quest. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.